Hi guys, as we approach the end of the year, there seems to be an attempt by Boris Johnson's fans and his family to paint a positive image of the man. Yes, the compulsive and pathological liar has, and I quote, an incredibly kind side that most people don't know about. Now this was claimed by his sister Rachel Johnson when she was interviewed on Monday. Here she said that the reason things went wrong was due to bad messaging, nothing to do with Boris. My God, have a listen to this.
I hate talking about what happened to my brother in the past 12 months for so many obvious reasons. Just picking up on a couple of things. I think that so much of this pain and chaos could have been avoided if the Downing Street comms team, the messaging team, had got on the front foot right from the start, from Patterson to Pincher. Partygate was easily dealt with if Boris Johnson had stood in front of the House of Commons and had said, look, I just had a new baby. I was fresh out of the ICU. I almost died in St Thomas's. My flat is actually number 11. I wasn't over number 10 and I was bloody ill and under the weather and I had a newborn. I am truly sorry.
And there is the problem. Boris Johnson doesn't say sorry. Well, he sometimes says it, but he doesn't mean it. So you wanted Boris Johnson to actually mean he was sorry. But what is she doing here? She's blaming the comms team. Oh, it wasn't Boris Johnson's fault. It was his communication team's fault. Well, who hires the communication team? Who is ultimately responsible for them? Boris Johnson. So, it's always this shifting the blame. It's within the Conservative Party, it's Boris Johnson, and it seems to be extended to his family as well. It's not Boris's fault, it's his communication team's fault. It's not Boris's fault, it was Dominic Cummings' fault. It's not Boris's fault, it's the country's fault. Always somebody else's fault.
If under my watch things happened in my home, that was also my office, took place that contravened the rules we had imposed on the rest of the country. I think if he'd done that right at the beginning, rather than said, there were no parties, I have been told there were no parties, if there were parties, I thought they were work events, he would still be Prime Minister.
I don't think so. Because it wasn't just Partygate that brought down Boris Johnson. Because he had been losing by-elections before Partygate, the end of Partygate or the beginning of Partygate. So it's not exactly true that it was just Partygate and bad communications. The trust people had in Johnson had sort of whittled away over the last year. We saw it in the by-election results. We saw it when it came to support for Brexit. And Brexit is deeply connected to Boris Johnson. He's the one who got Brexit over the line. He's the one who won an 80-seat majority on it. As Brexit declined, so did support for Boris Johnson. Now, you can blame communications, you can blame members of parliament, you can blame number 10, you can blame the country, whoever you want. But at the end of the day, Johnson was responsible for that. He was responsible for who communicated information to the public. And he didn't exactly help himself by, sending out mixed messaging. For example, when it came to the pandemic. Go to work, don't go to work. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. All of these things together undermined public trust in his government. Then when it came to Brexit, obviously he was telling lies about Brexit, where a border was going to go, whether there would be a border. And then all the shenanigans when it came to Article 16. Yeah, we're going to trigger Article 16. All of these things undermined him as a leader. And when he started to lose votes, council elections and by-elections, then it was clear that the public were turning against him. And of course, his supporters would say it was not his fault. It was the media's fault, or it was the Labour Party's fault, or it was number 10's fault, or it was the communication team's fault, but never him. So Rachel Johnson, of course, his sister, will try to paint a positive image of him. But surely even she knows he's a liar. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.